Oh, hot off the presses, I got it. It's the monthly release of real estate market report from Northwest MLS. Every month I go through it, to read through it, and put together a newsletter. If that's something that you're interested in, let me know. I'm happy to send it to you. I prepare this for prospective buyers, for sellers, and for real estate agents that I partner with, just to keep everybody up to date. I'm going to go through the major points of this with you now, and at the end, we'll go through county by county what year-over-year appreciation is in the greater Seattle area for King, Snohomish, and Pierce County, so stay tuned for that. But let's dive right into this. Months of inventory are so low right now. It's 2 weeks of inventory. Right now in Snohomish County, it's a third of a month. King County, it's just shy of 2 weeks. In Pierce County, it's just shy of 2 weeks of inventory. Largely in Washington State, that's where we're at, and it's record low inventory right now with still such high demand from buyers that's causing this. And in fact, where active listings declined in King County 59% from a year ago, and in Snohomish County 35% from last year. Part of the reason that's mentioned in the report is that people were hesitant. We had a cold snap. We had increased fears around Omicron affecting people listing their homes. And lastly, the other thing that's quite interesting is for those wanting to either take advantage of their equity and sell their home and move into a nicer home or relocate, a lot of people are waiting for clarity from their employers what the long-term work-from-home plan is going to be. So that is also something that's impacting things. With a little bit more time as we head towards the spring, at least according to the report, expectations are with more clarity from employers, people will have a better understanding of where they would like to move. And that's one of the things that we've seen is that though right in King County and around Seattle, appreciation hasn't been as much as when you move up the I-5 corridor or down the I-5 corridor and east on I-90, there's a lot more appreciation the further out that you get. There's a lot more demand for a little bit more space, a little bit more value, as you can imagine. Higher mortgage rates are expected, so mortgage interest rates have moved up about a 1% from just even a couple of months ago, and the expectations are that they're going to continue to rise, and it really depends largely on how the Fed responds to inflation. Right now, what's really impacting mortgage interest rates is record inflation, well, not record inflation, but highest inflation in 39 years. Record inflation. No, it's not record inflation. It's the highest in 39 years. That's quite a while that it's been this high. Now, on Thursday, we get a really important report at CPI, where right now inflation is at 7%, and we could potentially see inflation tick all the way up to 7.5%, which markets are really volatile right now. So there's definitely the potential for interest rates to rise even higher, maybe another 0.25%, possibly even another 0.5% before the Fed begins to take action to mitigate inflation, to ensure that it doesn't become entrenched, is the word that they used. And once that, then we may begin to see interest rates come down a little bit more. Now, also, something that's allowed for buyers to have a little bit more leverage is that the conforming loan limit was adjusted here coming into 2022. The new conforming loan limit went up from 548 to 50, and it's now 647 200. So that's allowed some better pricing, so that's just the limit for where you're going to get the best interest rates is below that price. If you have questions, if you're wondering, if you're thinking about buying a home, please set up a pre-purchase consultation. The whole goal is to educate you, to give you the information that you need to make the best decision possible for you, your family, and happy to go through all of that with you anytime if that's something that you're thinking about. Now, appreciation. So this year also a good time to buy. Right now, economists are predicting that this year appreciation will slow down. So we got from CoreLogic, we got numbers for last year, December 2020 to December 2021. National appreciation was 18.5%. That's really, really high. That's not what they're expecting this year. It's expected to mitigate and to taper. Now, that doesn't mean depreciation. It doesn't mean the value of homes are going to go down. It just means they're not going to be going up as quickly. So this year in 2022, they're expecting right now or estimating that we're going to see appreciation somewhere in the realm of the high single digits. So let's say between 6 and 9%. At least that's what the early forecasts are calling for this year. Next year, still no call for depreciation because there's so much pent-up buyer demand. So for next year, they're looking at something more along normal lines, say between 3 and 5%. To give you some perspective, over the last 50 years, average appreciation over the previous 50 years has been 4.1% in our greater Seattle area. So that kind of just gives you some perspective on that. So it's still a good time to buy and benefit from higher appreciation in this year. So that said, also the other thing to mention is rents. Apartmentlist.com just released a report that they do, and in our area, rents in Seattle, they said, went up 22.9% year over year. Rents in Bellevue went up 19.8%. Tacoma rents went up 14.6%, and Everett rents went up 15.4%. Why does that matter? Well, if rent is going up that quickly and impacting people's monthly payments, we continue to have a lot of people who are renting currently wondering, okay, well, what's the difference between my rent, or what can I get? How much home can I get for the equivalent of what I'm paying for rent right now? In which case, I'll be able to take advantage of the equity and part of it, the principal payment on a monthly basis, and then with that, the appreciation that we talked about as well. So lastly, the big finale here, we've got median sales price appreciation for 3 counties here. So for Snohomish County, drum roll please. Just kidding. Year over year for Snohomish County, single family residences were up 19.17%. In the last 12 months for condos, they were up 35% in Snohomish County. 35%. King County, single family residences were up 6.9%. And this will just go to show that, like, when we see the spread north and south, higher appreciation than right in closer to the metro center around Seattle. But condos in Seattle over the last 12 months were 13.76%. And lastly, for Pierce County, single-family residences were up 19.32% in the last 12 months, and condos were up 16.47%. If you'd like this newsletter, I send out weekly newsletters as well in regards to what the market is doing and what interest rates are doing. And if you have any questions, please, I'm here as a resource for you. Please don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to be of service. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. It's because of you that I'm able to do this and wake up on a Tuesday excited about real estate and interest rates. If you had asked me if that was going to happen 5 years ago, I would have said, no way. But I do. I really enjoy it. I love it. So thank you. I appreciate you. Happy Tuesday. I'll see you in the next video.